All right, guys, welcome to the Tim Lauer Show, coming to you live from Island Time Studios. We have a special guest that you may have saw a couple weeks ago. It's Courtney Dombroski. So on that show, we had some technical errors or some sound hiccups, so we decided just to redo the whole thing. And we got some new dates and some different things to talk about. So
Absolutely.
It actually worked out really well.
I think it was meant to be. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad to be here again and really knocking it out of the park on round two.
Cool.
Yeah.
So welcome back, Courtney.
Thank you.
In case anybody didn't catch the beginning last time, let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Courtney Dombroski. I was born and raised in Mobile, but I grew up in between Gulf Shores and Mobile my whole life. I graduated from Baker High School 2014,
Wow,
early.
okay.
Yeah, I was out of there in December, immediately moved to the beach. So this is my home. I love being here. I grew up going to the state park, going to the beach, sneaking into the pools, the hot tubs here.
Oh, cool.
So it's home, So
Nice.
I'm here now.
Nice. So we got Courtney on, and we talked to a lot of entrepreneurs on the show. Courtney's a young entrepreneur. Started a business very young. I think before that you worked in the restaurant business for a little bit,
Yep.
which always helps train you for the real
Absolutely.
world, I think.
Absolutely. I was a hustler from the beginning, and when I served, it's a seasonal town, so you have to make your money in season. I would work 6-7 days a week. I would do
Wow.
parasailing 3 or 4 days, and then the other days I would serve at Cactus Cantina or whichever location, and that seemed to work really well for me, and
Nice.
that was really nice.
Nice.
So-
Awesome. So then you kind of took this transition, being young and getting into owning your own business.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, I knew that I wanted to change things up. I was turning 23, 24. It's kind of, let's get out of the service industry. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life personally. So what I decided to do is let's find people who are already living this life and let's start hanging around them and doing what they do. They're doing something right, So I started to hang around business owners, and we started playing this board game actually called The Rat Race by
Okay.
Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy. And in this, it's like life, you go around, you might have a baby, you might lose a car, like it's life, but it's more realistic. And about the third time playing this game, what this game taught me is everyone has opportunity. It's just sometimes you're too blind to see it. So as we're rolling the dice and it's my turn, or it was just my turn, I'm playing with 3 other people, and one of the guys I was playing with was selling his Feed the Fish business.
Oh, wow.
And as I remember just sitting back and understanding opportunity and me realizing that, and then I look over at my friend and I say, oh my God, this is my opportunity. This business will be mine. This business will be mine. And then from there, it was just a mindset.
Yeah.
So, and 8 months to 10 months later, I followed him around for 8 months, learning the business, not knowing how I was going to pay for it, but knew it was going to be mine. No pay, no nothing. So I just followed him around, and then, from there, things happened, and I manifest, or you worked really hard to get what I wanted, and now I owned a business. So,
That's awesome.
or now I own a business.
That's huge. So I love the fact that you kind of put yourself in that position before, like putting yourself around other business
Absolutely.
owners before kind of jumping into that. So that's such a smart thing to do. Love to see young people kind of get in, get mentored,
Yeah.
and then move on. So let's talk about the fish business a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna bring up the website.
Please. So Feed the Fish, it's a fun new way to entertain the kids. So it's a gumball machine. You put 50 cents in, you turn the knob, and you get some fish pebbles. And these
Okay.
fish feeding machines are at marinas, waterfront restaurants, docks, all along the Gulf Coast. And it's really cool because it gives kids and families a one-on-one up-close experience with nature. And to me, that's rare and unique because now you have something that you can't buy, which is memories. So we're giving families the opportunity to create special memories. And we're also, in my eyes, we're giving children the opportunity to have a change of heart. If you have, kids feed the fish and they go wild and they are so excited because the fish are just all over the place and putting on a really good show, they have the opportunity to fall in love with nature. which means that as growing up, they might be more conscious about throwing their trash out or being more, environmental friendly. So that's what's so special to me about it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we have the website here because one thing that I noticed is people would, stumble up upon the machine and they would feed the fish and they would have a good day and they would be done. And I'm trying to tell people, I'm like, oh, these fish are cool, but the ones over here, at this location is so much better. And I was like, how can I fix this issue? Let's create a treasure map. So
cool.
that's how the website came about. Right. And so what you do is you go to the website, the QR code's on all the boxes, or on the link tree on our social media, and you pick the location that you're at. We have from Gulf Shores, Alabama, all the way to Panama City.
Nice.
So we'll go to Gulf Shores, Alabama, which is awesome. And then we have sponsors at the top of our map, and then you just scroll down, and it's very simple. You have just the regular map with the stars all the way around town of where you want to go. You have the check mark boxes for the locations, Tacky Jack's, the original Oyster House, and then you also have these cars on the side, which I think are really special because let's just say if you're down here and you've been to most of these places, but you don't know where the tiki is. So you're going to click these cars, and it's going to open Google Maps, and it's going to take you to that physical location.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can just hit the directions also.
Hit the directions. So we're making it as easy as possible.
So what happens when you click all these boxes and you put, I found all the fish?
So you click, after you click all the boxes, and secret, you don't have to click all the boxes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you click found the fish, and we take your email and we email you a certificate of completion.
Okay.
So you can print it out and color it if you'd like. And Louis, our fish that you'll see on the side of each of our fish, congratulates you for finishing the treasure map and thanks you for feeding him and his family.
That's great. So coming out, a lot of kids are graduating right now, summer's starting. What a great activity to take your kids out and just kind of not only see the beautiful Gulf Coast, but have some fun with them, create some memories.
Yep.
And it goes back to a great cause.
Yep, absolutely. It's a really fun way if you want to spend the day going around town, or if you're down here on vacation and you want to try somewhere new. They're all waterfront locations, so you're gonna see some beautiful places here, and maybe discover somewhere that you didn't even know existed. Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. I've seen a few of them around town, and I tell you, the fish are there waiting, ready for you to.
Yeah, it's crazy, and some places have like the original Oyster House. They have brown catfish, so the catfish come up, they're crazy looking. But the live bait, they have huge box turtles, biggest box turtles I've ever seen. So each location is special with what they offer when it comes to the wildlife too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Anything else on the
okay. So here,
website?
One more thing. I think if you scroll down for me, so we also offer a free ebook. So if you guys are interested in going around town or just downloading the ebook, you put in your email and you get a free ebook, and it teaches you about the local marine life you'll see around town. So a box turtle, and then it throws out 3 facts on box turtles. And so this can be fun and educational too.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of great resources there.
Yes.
And, all right. So you bought this business, how many years ago did you buy the Feed the Fish business?
2 years completely going in. This is my 3rd year going in.
Awesome. And how many locations, how many feeding stations do you have?
I have a total of 65 machines out on site. Yeah.
Wow. And who maintains those machines?
Oh, me.
You maintain all
It's
of them?
all me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What does that look like?
155 miles one way.
Okay.
And then from there, I work my way back around town, hitting all the machines, and then just servicing them. So you should see how I pack my car out. I have a bunch of 5-gallon buckets stacked in there with my dolly and everything else. And imagine me ripping this dolly out of my car, throwing buckets, or just carrying these 5-gallon buckets, and I got my gloves on. It's a fun, hard day, but it's very humbling.
And you can knock it all out in one day.
Oh, well, so I can knock out from Panama City to Pensacola in one day.
Oh, gotcha.
That's about a 13-hour day, but we're doing it.
Okay.
We're doing it. Yep. And then I'll take my half day the next day, hit Gulf Shores, Orange Beach.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
But I mean, it's cool. You if you want to, you can ride around with the windows down, stop and get an ice cream. Like I usually get an ice cream before I go all the way down to Tacky Jack's to Fort Morgan.
Okay.
That's a nice little treat, so it's fun.
Nice. All right. You want to get into EcoClean?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. So tell us a little bit about where this started from and why you're so passionate about it.
Okay, so when I bought the business, my mentor that I was learning from, he was teaching me about tithing. And I just recently got into tithing and, learning all that stuff. And then he pulled me aside one day and he goes, I see that you're doing really well with this, but I want to challenge your thinking. One of the most valuable things that you have is your time. So think, if this is coming back to you tenfold, in tithing, think about if you tithe your time. So I was like, okay, so I'm open and interested into this. And this was about, I was trying to find an organization. So now I wanted to start giving my time. So I wanted to find an organization that I could give my time to. And I couldn't necessarily find an organization here locally that was doing anything more than 3 times a year, just because it was still a year off COVID. It was just kind of weird. And I was 8 to 10 months into owning the business. And I was running my route one day. I was at the original Oyster House underneath the gazebo where I decided to put my first machine. Let's test it. Put a machine underneath the gazebo. It was really cool. And I'm servicing my machine, and there's just so much trash right there from people getting the ice cream or getting to-go food, and it's right there on the little lagoon. It's beautiful, and it's just blowing into the water, and I was just like, oh, this sucks. I had my gloves on. I picked up some trash, and I threw it away, and one of the business owners was like, thank you. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And we started talking, and then I'm walking back to my machine, and it just like light bulb effect. I was like, oh my gosh, I can pick up trash. I don't need to give my time to an organization. I'll just start an organization myself and do it myself, because now I can say I can pick up trash monthly and pat myself on the back saying, yes, that's great, so that's where the idea came from. And then I just really rolled into there, starting to pick up trash once a month. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what's the biggest trash pickup you've done?
Oh, okay. So the biggest trash pickup we did was in Pensacola. We do Pensacola Beach.
Pensacola, okay. I can see that.
Okay, so first off, I was really excited because I always pull an ad out, usually a month in advance before the trash pickup. And I was really excited because we got like 200 likes, we got 50 comments, like the most interaction on an ad I've ever done. I'm like, nice. Okay, like fingers crossed, this is going to be really good. And it says like 57 people are interested or going, and sometimes people always say that they're going to something, and then you show up and only like 12 to 20 people are there, which is fine. We love all of our volunteers. Yep. But I didn't let that big number get me excited. I was like, we'll see when we get there. That's right. I pulled up to this event. We have people waiting outside their car, and it's freezing. It's like 45 degrees outside. It was one of those cold fronts that came in, and we already have people sitting outside, and thank God, like 3 of my friends showed up to help me, because I'm trying to check people in, get them buckets. I ran out of buckets. Wow. I had 3 sleeves of buckets. We ran out of buckets. Wow. And we had people just walking around with trash bags picking up trash. We had 68 volunteers show up.
Wow, that's huge.
Crazy. I was pumped. That was really cool.
That's awesome.
So we had 68 volunteers show up. And then within 1 hour, because that's our motto, we come out, we pick up trash for an hour, and you get to continue on with living your Saturday out. It's not a bunch of time. Anyone can give an hour. And within an hour, we picked up 160, I think it was 67 5-gallon buckets, along with like the front bumper of a car and like all this big stuff you can't put in 5-gallon buckets. So it was really cool. That was our biggest trash pickup though.
That's awesome.
It was a great event.
Yeah. So that's a great cause, great way to get back. You obviously get very excited about it, which is awesome. Besides that moment under the gazebo, was there anything from like childhood or growing up that kind of triggered The eco clean as well?
Well, it was really more along the lines of the mentor.
Okay.
And him telling me, start giving your time. And, you know,
That's great advice.
I'm really happy that it all happened the way it did, because I grew up going, you know, down to the state park. I love riding my bike in the morning when it starts to get warm now. I'll start getting up really early and hitting my bike through the state park as a workout.
Nice.
This place is so beautiful where we live. I mean, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, the state park is, you can't find anything like this. And our city keeps, you know, this little beach town a lot cleaner than these other beach towns that I go to, you know. So I'm so grateful to have what we have here. And it wasn't, I'll tell you something else a little bit more, where more of my passion came is at the original Oyster House. I don't know why everything happens at the original Oyster House. Yeah, but I was at the original Oyster House. The sun was setting one day, and there was a father and a son out feeding the fish. And I snapped a photo for social media, and later that night I'm posting this on social media, and I'm just like really looking at this photo and understanding that yes, we are cleaning the environment, and yes, we're building the ecosystem, but we are also providing something that's so priceless that you can't buy. Memories, experiences. That's, to me, I love that, because I mean, we look back and we reflect on what we do. It's not what we buy, it's who we spend our time with, and being able to give families and people that opportunity is really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we got some trash pickups coming soon that you can volunteer for.
We have a ton of trash pickups coming up. Let me get my calendar out. Okay, so the first one we have coming up is going to be June 3rd. Oh, and you can scroll down too. We have it on the website. Upcoming events.
There we go.
Right here. So June 3rd, we have our trash pickup with our young professionals of the South Baldwin. That's going to be at the Floribama. It's on there. So that's going to be at the Floribama. This one's actually going to be a little longer than usual. It's going to be from 10 to 1.
Okay.
So you can come out there in the beginning and leave. You can come out there the whole time. You can show up for the last 2 hours.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be a real fun event.
And I heard Floribama's giving stuff back to the volunteers. Is that true?
I think so. I think we have some fun stuff to give away.
Food, maybe some drink tickets, something like that.
We have
to be there.
I think we are doing the drink tickets.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anything, come pick up a 5-gallon bucket and get a free drink.
There you go.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not a bad deal.
Some of the best bushwhackers
on the
island.
I'll tell you this. I'll be having a bushwhacker that day. I loved it. But their bushwhackers are great.
Yes.
They're great. And then we have, June 16th. So we're doing a World Sea Turtle Day cleanup. And this is with Coastal Alabama, and then also my friend Joe Emerson, who is the president of Keeping Fort Morgan Clean.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I didn't really believe this until I helped with one of their cleanups. Fort Morgan is, people throw their trash out there. It's really bad. So this is going to be a really good opportunity. We're going to have a sign-up sheet. You can do a sign-up, or you can just show up. And what I'm going to do is, after this, I'm going to send out an email giving everyone the facts of, hey, here's the events coming up, so please make sure with the sign-in for that pickup.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the sea turtles come to our beaches and they nest.
Yeah.
One of our great resources. And when there's trash or different obstacles, it's hard for them to find their way back to the sea, or the kids to find their way back. So it's important to keep those beaches clean because of that.
Absolutely. And a lot of times is they get confused with the plastic bags. They think that it's jellyfish. Oh. So they eat it. And now we have our sea turtles, which are such a rare, beautiful creature, eating plastic. Well, now that's killing them. Yeah. So now we don't have as many sea turtles.
And they eat jellyfish, so
yeah. I mean,
what a better way to get rid of jellyfish.
I don't like jellyfish. Let's keep the sea turtles.
Yes. I did not know that. It's a good fun fact.
Yeah, I don't usually get in the water when the jellyfish come around. Yeah. And I'm not a fan.
No.
So that's going to be a really good cleanup. We're going to be picking up with on that day.
Cool.
It's going to be 8:30 to 11:30.
Okay.
And
nice.
we're going to have several stations down Fort Morgan, so you can come to one of the 4 stations and start from there and just go along the side and pick up trash.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome.
Nice.
So.
And I imagine even if it's hot, you're right there by the water. You just jump in, take a quick cool off, and
exactly.
then get back to work.
I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah.
We live here. Just get back to work. I like that. And then on June 24th, we have the Eco Clean trash pickup, and this is going to be at Live Bait.
Okay.
So June and July, a lot of tourists are down here. They don't necessarily, I don't want to say that they don't care, because a lot of people come down here, they love this environment.
They're probably just not aware.
Yeah, they're not aware, or, Live Bait, they got the bar in the back, you stay out late, you don't want to have an open container, so you just leave it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I've seen it, I've seen it, I've done it, I don't do it anymore, we're here to fix the problem.
Yeah, that's right.
You know
That's
what I mean? So that one's going to be a really good one. And then July 22nd, that's our other July trash pickup.
Okay. At the Oyster House.
At the original Oyster
A
House.
lot of stuff goes down there, so you never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen. We always find a lot of cigarette butts there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
we might have an inspiring moment at this July. You never know. So I think that we're going to partner with a few companies. I don't know, probably our July pickup will probably have smoothies at the end.
Okay.
So come out and
Nice.
get, after our good hard work, nice sweat, you get a smoothie. That's
Yeah.
going to be really cool.
That's
So,
awesome.
and we also give away, so on our June and July, our 24th and 22nd, that's on the Eco Clean Marine pickups, I get cool prizes to give away.
Oh, cool.
We've
Nice.
given away Yetis, coolers.
Yeah.
We've given away tiki cruises, parasailing, gift cards. You never know what you're going to win. So,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
you can come out and maybe be a winner.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, awesome job. It's great to see someone young starting their own business, really trying to give back to the community that they live in and doing these things. What kind of advice do you have for younger people that want to get involved? Well, let's say start their own business or be an entrepreneur. What kind of advice do you have for them?
I would say, if I had to give advice to younger entrepreneurs, find someone that's somewhat doing what you want to do. And if that means own a business, own a business. If that means they have a very successful Etsy store, help them. Take some of the load off for them and change things. Make it easier for them, because they're going to give you advice that you didn't know, and
That's right.
they've already
That's
lived.
right.
They've already lived the life. So being able to have, I call it secrets, key secrets of life. It helps you tremendously.
Absolutely.
So that would be my advice.
Great.
Yep.
So being young, I know when I was in a younger day, I wish I had done some things differently, and things would have ended up a little bit differently, right?
Okay.
One of those is probably invest in my money properly.
Yeah.
So as a young entrepreneur, do you invest money? Do you find it important to invest money?
I think it's
So,
yeah. I
you know,
think
as you're making it,
it's
save
no.
some for the future.
I think that it's really important to invest not only in yourself but in money and different things like that. What I do is
Yourself first. I love it.
yeah. What I do personally is anything that comes into me, if it's a paycheck, if it's birthday money, if I find a $20 bill on the ground, I put that up, and at the end of the month, I calculate how much money I made, and from there I take 30% of whatever it is. So if I made $100, I'm taking $30 out, and I'm separating it into 3 categories.
Okay,
That's
good.
investing, that's charity, that's investing, giving, and savings.
Great.
So
Okay.
now I have a savings account, I have investing money, and then I
Nice.
have giving money. So
Smart.
the money that I put in my investing, if I want to throw it all in Bitcoin and lose it, well, that money was there for that. And,
Okay.
and we're
Okay.
not crying about it either. You
That's
know,
right.
it
That's
is,
right.
it's, I don't even consider me having that money, because it's not my money, it's my investing money. And whatever is made on that is that.
That's
So
smart.
it
That's smart.
makes it so much easier. I don't want to put my money into something and then have to watch something, and then because I wasn't watching it properly, I lose a bunch of money. It is what it is. I can set it and forget it. Yeah.
Great.
That's the best way I found to do it.
Yeah. No, great advice. Put some aside.
Yep.
And learn to live off of 70% of your money.
Yeah, that's
60%
huge.
of your money, whatever it is, and slowly do that. So great job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I see you a lot at the chamber events.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the chamber do for your business?
The chamber's great. I will say, having a business, you first off, having a business and never having a business before, you don't really know what to do. Should I take out advertisement? Should I join the chamber? Should I buy online ads? And all these things are so new and overwhelming. And, I bought an ad here. I tried some ads online, and then it's like, oh, let me join the chambers. And I joined the chambers. South Baldwin Chamber was the first chamber I joined.
Nice.
And it's crazy because I was signed up with them for about a week and a half, and they give you data on who's viewed your stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but within that first week and a half, I had like 400 views
on
my page, and I was like, whoa, okay, let me join 3 more chambers right off the rip, because this is obviously where it's at. So that was great for me for my online presence with the chambers.
Okay. But
then also going to the events that they have is great, because now I'm meeting other business owners who want to help you. It's a family, I've reached out to people who, with like screen printing and stuff like that. It's like, hey, I found your information through the chambers. I'm also a chamber member, and sometimes they give you a discount, sometimes they hook you up. It's just a different type of, it's not, hey, I'm a customer, it's, hey, I'm family. And that's really great too.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. And then people also connect me with other people. So it's like, I have sponsorships on my fish feeding machines for companies or individuals. And, people from the chambers have sponsored my machines, and that's awesome. That helps fund our Eco Clean mission and stuff like that.
That's huge.
So if you're going to do anything, join the chambers.
Awesome.
I'm slowly making my way, because, my territory is so big.
Yeah.
I'm slowly making my way into every chamber down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All the way from Gulf Shores to Panama City.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Great. I'd love to hear some of those differences, because every chamber's got its own character or feel to it.
So when I went to go sign up for 3 more chambers, the first one I signed up for was Destin. I was like, if South Baldwin's good, Destin's going to be great.
Yeah.
And the first event that I went to was a breakfast meeting, and it's the first event, so I get to talk about who I am and stuff. And I swear it was like a movie. First, we're in this beautiful church with a stage and lights, and it wasn't really smoke, but I felt like a movie. I was like, smoke. I felt like it was like a superstar chamber, and now I have to get on this like 4-step up stage with the lights coming in. I can't see anybody, and talk about Eco Clean Marine.
Nice.
It was like, oh, it was fun though.
That's awesome.
Great. I love.
Yeah.
Awesome chamber.
That's good. Like it trains you to be ready to speak at any time, or
absolutely
talk to any group at any time.
Absolutely. And I'll say this to anyone who owns a business: you need to be ready. You can't think that when the opportunity comes. No, if you're only operating at 60 or 70% of what you need to say or how you need to present it, you're not going to get it.
That's right.
If you're operating at 90 to 100%, people are going to be impressed and be like, well, she's for real. So let me support her.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, and you're also a member of the Young Professionals.
Kinda. I help them out.
Okay, you help them out.
I help them out
You're
a lot.
not as active in there, but you're starting
I'm not necessarily like on the board.
Oh, gotcha.
Just because I don't want to overcommit. But
that's easy to do when you start joining multiple organizations.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then, it really is. And then trying to balance everything else out that you do.
Yeah.
So I don't want to overcommit, but I do help them out. So we are, with the trash event, we are doing that. And then other events they put on, I'll be there in support of that, sharing stuff on social media as much as I can, for sure.
Awesome. Anything we missed? I know we wanted to go over this website a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing I think that's really important is this is a small beach town, and we have some awesome people here. And one thing that I've noticed is people are sometimes really excited with what we're doing, But in reality of it all, working, you know, as a server, you have late nights, so getting up early isn't in your forte. You're not going to do it. So we have opportunities for people to give back even though they can't show up.
Okay.
So we have several ways to give back. So you can show up and volunteer to pick up trash for an hour. You can do that. If you didn't make it to our trash pickup event, you can buy a bucket of trash.
Okay.
So one bucket of trash is $5.
Okay.
100 buckets is 20 buckets is $100.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
and you can change the price. You can do as many buckets as you want, which is really cool.
Nice.
We also have this new thing that we're doing, and where people can adopt a machine.
Okay.
So if you live here locally and you want to give back to, you know, Gulf Shores, or if you're coming down on vacation and you want to create special memories at this, you know, fish feeder machine, well, now you can decide to adopt it and receive a monthly newsletter on how this machine's doing, what the fish are going, how the fish are growing, you know, Larry the blue heron, did he catch any fish, and just like little fun things to keep you updated, helps fund our mission. And you're adopting a machine, so it's just like you own a piece of that, and we have that at each location: Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Panama City, all of them.
Okay.
Destin and that kind of thing. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, but I'll show you the adopt a machine underneath the about. Don't click, that one. So if you can click that, and that will take you to all the different locations.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
And you sign up online?
And you sign up online, so you scroll down. So Gulf Shores, the original oyster house, very special machine. You can just hit the adopt a machine. It will take you to where you need to go. But we encourage people to adopt a machine and then go to that location and create memories.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And it definitely helps. It helps us.
Well, I'm going to adopt this machine.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Yes, but I'm not going to put in my credit card number right here.
Everyone's like ready. You're like, go, get it, Tim. Get it,
As soon
Tim.
as I slide over it, it'll give me an option to pop it in there.
Absolutely.
Actually, I might look at the other machines, but that does sound like a very appealing machine.
The live bait one's really cool just because they have an alligator there.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a 3-legged alligator too. His brother ate his leg off.
Ooh.
So. Yeah, we got some really cool ones.
Wow.
Baytown Wharf's great, Panama City.
So there's only 2 in our area, so these things must be pretty popular to adopt.
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. So we're doing, it's usually 1 in each area, maybe like over in Destin, like we have 1 in Baytown because Baytown's stand Destin, and then we have 1 in actual like Destin.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
It's cool.
That
And
makes sense.
I will say this also, the machines that we do have up to adopt, these locations or companies are giving back completely, or they've given back a portion to EcoClean Marine.
Okay.
Like the one at Live Bait, all the profits that go into that machine go back into EcoClean Marine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because
Right.
how we have it set up is we have Feed the Fish, the business, and then we have EcoClean Marine, the nonprofit.
Gotcha.
So like the original Oyster House, they get a percentage.
Okay.
But talking to them at the end of the year, it's, you know, showing them what we're doing. They donated a portion of their profits to EcoClean Marine. So
Awesome.
that is very special about the adopt-a machines. These companies are supporting us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. What else on the website? Was there anything else we were missing?
We have an ebook that you can download, and we also have a gallery. The gallery is really cool. So you can go up there and you can see your photo.
Okay.
You know, I try to
volunteering.
Yep, absolutely. I try to upload as many as we can.
And you said this was your first volunteer?
Okay, yeah, so this was the 3rd time I picked up trash, and this guy was my first volunteer. It was at AJ's on the bayou in Fort Walton, and AJ's was really excited that we were there to pick up trash. It's right there by a bridge. It's really trashy and everything.
Trash, yeah.
So to entice people to come out and pick up trash with us, they said anybody that you bring gets a drinking ticket and gets 1 free drink.
Okay.
So
that story's starting to come together.
With us being still so new, I was the only person that was picking up trash that day.
Okay.
And then this guy started talking to me, and I was like, "Hey man, you know, I'll buy you a beer volunteer. If you help me pick up trash, great. He was awesome, wonderful volunteer, and that was my first volunteer.
Nice.
So that was great.
It's amazing what you get done for a beer.
Yeah.
Look at these buckets.
All those buckets.
How much average does one bucket hold?
God,
is it a couple pounds or?
Yeah, it can vary anywhere from depending on how like light the stuff is. It can vary anywhere from like 5 to 7 pounds. I mean, 5 to 10 pounds for sure.
And then this right here, is this made from like recycled trash or anything? Or?
Yes,
that looks pretty cool.
This is underneath the gazebo at the original oyster house.
Okay.
So the problem that we were having is all this trash here. Well, let's solve this problem. I'm going to buy a trash can for you guys, and we're going to put it here. And I talked to the people at the original oyster house, and they were like, okay, cool. Well, when I bought this trash can, I wanted it to be a little bit more special than just a plain Jane trash can. And we have an artist here locally, JD Swagger.
Yep.
And a lot of his signature thing is taking trash and turning it and upcycling it into art. So I was like...
They do a great job.
Yeah, they do. I was like, hey, I have a project for you. And it was really cool because we got to support him. And now we have a piece of art underneath the gazebo that represents, recycling, which represents trash, local artists, and all that. So yeah, awesome. That's his work.
Great. Well, Courtney,
yes,
it's awesome having you on today. We're going to have to get you back again after a couple of these cleanups and kind of report back to us, let us know what's going on. Report back to me on those fish feeders.
Yep.
See how those things are doing.
Absolutely.
And thank you for all you're doing in the community.
Thank you so much.
It's great having you on. You guys make sure to like and share the podcast. You can find it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, all the above.
We'll be sharing it out. So thank you for having me on.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
Have a great day, guys.